Welcome back to Momo Recaps. Today, I'm gonna explain Hindi movie titled Drishyam. In Panalam, a tiny town in North Goa, India, a police officer by the name of Gaitonda has recently been transferred to a new police station. There appears to be two police stations in that location. The new one inaugurated last week and the older one. Vijay Salgankar, a man who appeared to be in custody, was spotted there. In the distant past, Vijay was a common person who ran a TV cable company. He once went to school but left after the fourth year. He spent the majority of his time in the office with Jose, where he primarily watched movies. Everyone who knew of Vijay seemed to like him because of his pleasant disposition. One day, Martin, the owner of the bar across from the police station, was where Vijay had lunch. He noticed an elderly couple sitting there feeling down. The elderly couple responded to his question by telling him about their son, who was reportedly jailed by a corrupt police officer named Gaitonda because they were unable to make their installment payment to a creditor. Gaitonda turned out to be the cousin of the proprietor of the loan company. Gaitonda threatened to kill their son if they ventured to report their son's situation to the chief, despite the fact that there was no connection between their son's case and the police. Vijay then recalled a movie in which a character complained about unlawful imprisonment, or habeas corpus. Then Vijay made the decision to assist them by connecting them with a lawyer he knew, but soon after, Gaitonda was seen making his way to the pub. Before Gaitonda spotted the old couple, Vijay ordered them to leave right away. Even though Vijay spent so much time in his job, he was a loving husband and father. He was devoted to his family. He had two children named Anju and Anu with his wife Nandini. Nandini complained to Vijay that he didn't spend enough time with his family and instead spent too much time in his office watching movies. She requested Vijay to accompany her, her girls, and her on a shopping and vacation excursion to Panaji, a nearby city. Anju informed her parents that she had been chosen to represent her school at a high school camp in Goa while they were away. Anju finally made it to the camp after receiving permission from Vijay to attend. She was the focus of attention due to her attractiveness there. Sam, a man who liked her, was frequently seen photographing her. Rajesh, Vijay's brother, came to the house to inform Vijay that his company and they had just shuttered a mine because it was unsustainable. Vijay got to know Rane, the construction worker for the new police station, one day while having lunch in Martin's pub. Soon later, Gaitonda arrived to the pub. Vijay's assistance to the elderly couple was suspected by him, and he did not like it. Apparently a frequent patron of Martin's bar, Gaitonda never paid for whatever he had consumed there. Instead, he advised Martin to express his gratitude because the new police station's development had a negative impact on Martin's business. He had a tavern where the workers frequently ate because of Gaitonda. In front of Sawant, the chief, Vijay sarcastically alluded to Gaitonda's bad habits since he didn't appreciate the way Gaitonda treated Martin. When Vijay was digging a compost hole one day, Nandini informed him that Swami, a religious leader, was rumored to be planning a lecture in Panaji on the 2nd and 3rd of October. She invited Vijay to accompany the family there. Anju appeared out of nowhere and informed them of her camp and Sam, the man who frequently videotaped the women there. One day, Rane and Gaitonda met in front of Martin's pub. It turned out that Gaitonda didn't appreciate Rane reporting his bad habit to Prabhu, the senior inspector there. When Vijay saw that Rane had made the right decision, he decided to assist Rane. The following day, Nandini requested Anju to accompany her shopping at the market. She was stopped by Sam as she was leaving the market. Then he blackmailed her after showing her the video of her changing. He threatened to disseminate the footage if she refused to meet him alone in her backyard at midnight. She was scared and unsure of what to do when she got home. Later that evening, a downpour occurred, and Vijay made the choice to remain in his workplace. Sam arrived at the home in the meanwhile to see Anju. Nandini was also waiting for him. It turned out, Sam then threatened to broadcast the footage because Anju brought her mother to meet him. Nandini was pleading with him to remove the footage. Both Nandini and Anju tried to retrieve the phone from Sam but didn't manage to do so. Sam then stated that he would remove the video, but he required Nandini to perform a favor for him. The following morning, when Vijay arrived home, he was startled to see his family, who were obviously rattled by something. It turns out that last night there was a problem. Sam was set to be killed instantaneously by an iron rod that Anju was ready to use to strike his cell phone. She then used the rod to smash the phone. When she attempted to call Vijay, his workplace phone was off. They both decided to bury Sam's body in their yard amid the confusion. Unfortunately, Anu was present to see what happened while they were doing that. Nandini questioned whether what she did was wrong, to which Vijay said that it was not because Anju's life would be destroyed if she went to the police and reported what she had done. Vijay urged her to remain composed and vowed to do whatever it took to keep his family safe. Then he instructed them to gather the evidence. Sam's phone's SIM card was taken by Vijay because he recalled that if the SIM card was put into an active phone, the police could be able to track the phone. Then he told everyone to stay inside and latch the door until he got home. He promised to take Sam's car, but when he attempted to go inside, the alarm went off, and Gaitonda, who just so happened to be at Vijay's neighbor's house, heard the disturbance. Vijay had managed to switch it off before he examined the sounds, but unfortunately for him, Gaitonda had momentarily caught him getting into the car. Vijay noticed Swami's lecture banner while he was traveling and instantly recalled his wife having told him about it. He then made his way to a phone shop and purchased a phone. Then, without touching the SIM card, he handed it to the shopkeeper and instructed him to insert it into the phone. The phone informed him of a call and a message before he left. A truck station was his next stop after that. After removing his fingerprints, he picked up the phone and dropped it on one of the nearby trucks. He then decided to abandon Sam's car there after learning about the abandoned mine from his brother Rajesh. Jose informed Vijay when he got to his office that he had been away for 2 days to attend Swami's lecture in the city. He was taken aback to see Vijay acting so kindly, as opposed to the usual him who would reprimand him frequently. Later, when Vijay arrived home, he advised his family to stop showing signs of worry and dread in their expressions and body language because even a common person like Jose could detect suspicion, making it far simpler for the police who were knowledgeable to do so. He then instructed his family to pack their possessions as he was taking them to Panaji to help them defuse the situation. Despite the fact that the event had already ended, he instructed everyone to mention that they had attended Swami's talk in Panaji if anyone asked. Then Nandini informed Vijay that Meera, a rigorous, wise, but harsh police officer, was Sam's mother and that he was the General Inspector of Goa. For the sake of justice, she would do anything, including torture and murder. Since Sam hadn't been home since previous night, Meera's husband, Mahesh, was concerned about him, but she reassured him not to be. Vijay traveled to Panaji by bus with his family. The bus driver recognized Vijay. He forbade Vijay from covering the cost of the journey. After that, Vijay traveled to the location of Swami's lecture and stayed in a hotel there. He had dinner at a local restaurant with his family, followed by a trip to the theater and home. At home, Nandini and Anju were examining Sam's burial in their yard while still maintaining a troubled appearance. When Vijay saw them, he instantly advised them to overcome their nervousness and remain composed. Additionally, he instructed them to save all of their receipts. The police unexpectedly showed up to meet Vijay one morning. If Vijay hadn't shielded her tearful face, Anju almost lost it when she saw the police arrive. Meera, who was in another location, began to worry and believed her son Sam had experienced a negative event. She requested that Sam's phone be tracked by the cyber division. According to the findings, Sam traveled from Goa to Kanchipuram pretty far before his phone died. The abandoned mine yielded another discovery for the cops. Sam's yellow automobile was discovered in the mine by some swimmers, and the police determined that it had been submerged for close to 2 weeks. Meera chose to look into her son's missing issue more since she didn't want the media to become involved. The last call notice for Sam's phone was received at Pondalam on October 2 at 7 p.m. According to the police cyber section investigation, around 10:30 p.m. after that, the signal was lost. When the phone finally died in Kanchipuram, it was turned back on at 9:25 in the morning in Panaji. According to the authorities, the cell phone that went off on the evening of October 2 and came back on October 3 was a different phone. The police focused their investigations on Goa as a result of this information. Mahesh was certain that Sam had experienced some sort of trauma. The police started notifying the police departments in each municipality, including Pondalam. Gaitonda, who saw the picture, recalled having previously seen Vijay driving the identical yellow automobile. He then conducted an experiment on himself to try to corroborate his suspicions. In contrast to how he usually acts, he purposefully begged Martin for money in front of Vijay. When he then revealed that the police had discovered a yellow automobile, Vijay was taken aback. Then Vijay left the area, but before he went too far, Gaitonda, who was with Prabhu, said that if Vijay were the culprit, he would be worried and look behind, but Vijay somehow managed not to do it, and Prabhu immediately believed that Vijay was not the culprit, in contrast to Gaitonda, who was certain that Vijay was indeed the culprit because he had already seen him with the same car that was discovered in the abandoned mine. Back at his house, Vijay warned his family not to worry, never to show fear in their faces, and never to alter the made-up statement they had arranged because sooner or later, the police would come to their home to investigate and it is possible for them to do anything, even violence, to prove their statement. According to Vijay, they were safe because the authorities had no information about Sam that connected to them. Nandini was also told by him that they were acting morally. The only choices they had were to give up or to fight for their freedom. When the police arrived to question Vijay's neighbor about whether he had seen him driving a yellow automobile, the guy wasn't sure whether he had. In addition, there were a lot of yellow vehicles present. 2. Cut a long story short, Prabhu learned that Anju was not Vijay's biological child but rather the one he had found when she was a baby. Additionally, he learned that Anju met Sam at a high school camp where she attended. Prabhu was even more convinced that Vijay was a nice guy after learning that he had saved a baby, and he questioned Gaitonda's charges, but Gaitonda continued to dispute the proof. After that, the police went to Anju's school to look into her. Anju was originally alarmed when she saw the cops, but then she immediately recalled what her father had told her. She then made an effort to maintain her composure as she faced the cops and provided some answers. In the headmaster's office, the police conducted an interrogation and posed several questions about Sam's absence. Anju recalled that her father had instructed her to keep anything that occurred in the home private. Even when Gaitonda challenged her to say that the police had learned that she had met Sam on October 2, She responded to every inquiry calmly. She adamantly denied meeting him and said that her family was not at home at the time. On October 2nd and 3rd, they traveled to Panaji to hear Swami's speech. When the school was closed on October 2nd and 3rd for Gandhi's national holiday and Sunday, the police requested permission from the headmaster to check on Anju's attendance on that day. She was then instructed to go back to class. Later, Nandini and Vijay were approached by the police to conduct an investigation. The principal of the school called them both to inform them of what had occurred earlier at the school. They claimed that neither they nor Sam had ever seen a yellow car. According to the police, they observed Vijay operating the same yellow vehicle that Sam had brought with him. Sam visited his house, according to the police. Despite the fact that the police haven't specified the dates, Nandini finally blurted out that the family wasn't at home on the 2nd and 3rd of October. Gaitonda believed he had established his accusation and won the case, but Vijay was more skilled at manipulating the information. He argued that his wife was still in disbelief at what had happened to Anju and claimed that they already knew the date of the occurrence from the school's headmaster, demonstrating the veracity of their earlier claims and showing that they were neither made up nor intended to conceal any facts. Gaitonda's charge, according to Vijay, was only intended to put the blame on him because the two of them don't get along. By displaying the purchase receipt from that day, Vijay further claimed that his family was not home at the time of the occurrence. According to Vijay, they were in the practice of saving receipts from purchases to keep track of their outlays. Gaitonda asserted that Vijay was what he had seen in the yellow car. They then decided to visit Meera to discuss what had happened, but Meera informed them that their trip receipt served as confirmation of their claim. She then requested that Vijay and his family be taken to meet her by the police. The legitimacy of the receipt would also be examined by the police. Meera was confident that Vijay wouldn't be very intelligent for someone who just completed grade 4 of elementary school if he were lying. In various rooms, Vijay and his family were questioned about their activities in Panaji on the 2nd and 3rd of October. As it turned out, Vijay had previously told his family. He claimed that if they gave identical answers to questions during interrogation, the police may believe that they were made up, particularly if there was a question of timing. Vijay and Nandini would both provide detailed responses in order to allay suspicions, but Anju and Anu would not. Vijay warned everyone that the police would attempt to fabricate evidence in order to uncover the truth, therefore they had to be resolute in their response. On the other hand, Vijay's family and friends attempted to boast about their detention at the police station because they were aware that they had been detained for unknown reasons. Some media had also been informed that Vijay's family was being questioned and was being accused for an unspecified cause. Meera remarked that if the interview had been odd in any way, she questioned how a young child could be so adamant in her assertion. Sadly, they were unable to demonstrate their deception because they lacked the legal authorization to employ a lie detector. In order to obtain that authorization, Vijay and his family must first be found guilty. In order to determine whether Vijay was telling the truth, Meera then requested that the police question anyone who saw him on October 2nd and 3rd. In addition, Meera requested that the personnel of the hotel, bus, and restaurant that Vijay visited while in Panaji meet her as well. Rajesh ran across Vijay late at night and inquired about his whereabouts, but Vijay remained silent. He simply stated that his assistance would be required at some point. The individuals Vijay had met were now being questioned. Everyone agreed that Vijay did, in fact, travel to Panaji on October 2nd and 3rd, and the hotel's registration book also verified this. Vijay was even able to inform Jose and Martin of the lecture's details. Additionally, Vijay and his family appeared to have arrived, according to Swami, who could clearly recall his lesson. Meera was unsure about what to do next, but she had a sneaking suspicion that Vijay's family was telling the truth. Meera learned from the bus ticket seller that Vijay took some cash from the bus station ATM. Then, on October 3rd, the day Vijay left for Pondalam from Panaji, Meera requested to check the ATM security camera footage. Meera questioned how the ticket seller could recall the precise day that Vijay boarded the bus, given that there are undoubtedly hundreds of passengers every day and that Vijay was in fact a distance ahead from the cops. Vijay went back to Panaji on purpose to reconnect with everyone he had met during his previous trip, reminding them that they had met on October 2nd and 3rd and had both attended Swami's lecture. As a result, Vijay subconsciously tampered with their memories and changed them as he pleased. Meera also learned that Swami's speech had been recorded and disseminated, which is how Vijay was able to recount Swami's talk in great detail. Sadly, despite the evidence they had obtained, they were unable to show that Vijay was responsible for Sam's disappearance. The security tape from the ATM was the only piece of solid proof they had that Vijay was guilty, but astonishingly, when they looked at the footage on October 3rd, Vijay was there, collecting money from the ATM, demonstrating that he was in fact in Panaji on that day. Meera made an early effort to piece together the case's jigsaw. Meera came to the conclusion that while Vijay was in Panaji on October 3rd, he lied when he claimed to have been there on October 2nd and 3rd. Meera remarked on Vijay's intelligence. Although it wasn't on October 2nd and 3rd, he and his family did visit Panaji to stay and eat there. Vijay said that his kids were ill and missed a few days of school following their trip. There was a note for the medicine. But Mira claimed that the note was very simple to forge. Mira then attempted to replicate everything Vijay had done on October 3rd, starting with borrowing Sam's car and carrying out all of the same actions by himself. He purchased 4 movie tickets and 4 bus tickets so he could obtain a receipt on that date, and the following day, on October 4th, he invited his family to repeat the action. He also added his name to the hotel registration book on October 2nd and used a false name on October 4th when the hotel staff wasn't looking. And Vijay claimed to withdraw cash from the ATM on October 5th when they returned, but he didn't. Vijay then went to Panaji to hear a recording of Swami's speech in order to learn more, and after meeting the same people there again, he skillfully persuaded them that he actually left on October 2nd and would return on October 3rd. Sadly, even after realizing that Vijay had tricked the whole police force, Mira was powerless to take any action because she lacked sufficient proof. She couldn't think of anything else but using force to coerce them into telling the truth. The police again took Vijay and his family to conduct another interrogation. It was Rajesh's turn to assist Vijay by getting in touch with all of the journalist numbers in India that were listed on the paper that belonged to Vijay. Mira claimed that all of Vijay's schemes had been discovered, but they persisted and refused to admit it. The act of violence was finally done. They were thrashed mercilessly until Sam's friend Alex arrived and gave his evidence. Before getting lost, he claimed he was the one getting in touch with Sam. Unfortunately, he didn't let Alex know where he was or where he was heading. Then Alex told Mira everything. Sam talked about the video he covertly recorded of Anju and his scheme to use it as entertainment by blackmailing Anju. Even though Mira was shocked to hear this, she was also even more certain that Vijay's family was the culprit. She pleaded with Vijay once more to be honest because she was already aware of the video, but he continued to claim ignorance. Then Mira begged Gaitanda to do something to get everyone to confess. Gaitanda specifically targeted Anu because Vijay, Nandini, and Anju continued to stand by their claim. Anu was left inside the room as the rest of them left. If Anu's parents were present, according to Mira, she wouldn't be able to tell the truth. Anju and Nandini informed Vijay outside that they wanted to be honest but were too frightened about Anu to do so. Vijay forbade them since they had gone too far and couldn't hold back any longer. He assured them that none of them would go to jail. Mahesh reprimanded Mira inside and pleaded with everyone to stop since what they were doing was illegal. After all, they continued to deny it. Mahesh thought it was polite to suggest that Gaitanda's charge might not be accurate. Gaitanda abruptly smacked Anu with such force that she was startled and spilled the truth as a result of being overcome with emotion. Anu at last revealed where they had buried Sam. The officers then proceeded to the grave. People and journalists were spotted at the scene. Gaitanda's unhealthy behavior was disclosed to the journalist by Vijay's family and acquaintances. The excavation, however, could not be stopped. A foul odor emanating from the burial began to slowly spread. However, it was surprising to discover that Sam's body was not the cause of the foul smell. Rather, it was a dead animal. Rajesh was informed by Vijay that Gaitanda had abused his daughter, Anu, in order to aid the inquiry. Finally, everyone who had had enough of Gaitanda's rude behavior charged in and pummeling him. Wherever the police had torturously treated Vijay's innocent family, word of the case spread. There were several protests around. Gaitanda was fired from his position as a police officer. Prabhu and the other officers involved in the case were reassigned. Mira was off duty for an undefined period of time, and the police were prohibited from questioning Vijay's relatives without a court order. Despite the fact that it wasn't totally their fault, Nandini said that Mira's family life had been destroyed. In the end, Vijay felt confident that Mira's family would act the same way if the situation were reversed. Therefore, he was relieved to learn that his wife didn't have resentment toward Sam's family. When Nandini questioned Vijay about moving Sam's body, it became out that he had done so the evening of October 3rd, right after he had returned home. Even though it was to his own wife, Vijay kept the location of where he buried Sam's remains a secret. Vijay made the decision to transfer the body and replace it with a dead animal carcass because he was certain that sooner or later, one of them would confess to where the body was buried. Suddenly, the police arrived, not to arrest Vijay but to inform him that Mira and Mahesh needed to meet with him. Mahesh claimed that they first met him as a parent and not as the inspector general or a businessman. Sam was their only child, and they both adored him dearly. They are aware that Sam was overindulged, which contributed to his bad behavior and the tragedy. Prior to their announcement that they would be relocating to London, Mahesh pleaded with Vijay to let them know what had become of Sam because they had been tormented and had been holding out hope that he was still alive. They decided to go after Sam remained silent, but Vijay abruptly offered an apology. He claimed that until one day, when an unexpected visitor tried to upset his family, his small family had lived in harmony. He refused to listen to their attempts to stop him, therefore something happened. They forced the unexpected visitor to travel somewhere from which there is no escape. Vijay impliedly admitted to killing Sam, but he did so in the most nicest manner imaginable. He reiterated his sincere apology and claimed that at the time, he didn't understand right from wrong and that his family came first. When Prabhu was finally replaced as the senior inspector, Vijay went to the new police station to meet him and sign the case. He must be really pleased with himself for duping the entire police force. The inspector replied. He was confident that Sam's body would be discovered. According to Vijay, who genuinely respected the cops. He couldn't possibly fool the entire force. Last, but not least, Vijay expressed his confidence in the new inspector and the new police station to always keep him safe. The last twist in the story had Vijay covertly burying Sam's body beneath the new police station 2 days before contractor Rane laid the station's floor. Subscribe to watch more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.